and welcome to our live stream covering meteorology. We've got some extreme weather, and we're going to show you why here at the Smash News Network, least busted name in news. First thing we're looking at is nullschool.net. We're looking at temperature. And you can see the way the jet stream is coming way down to Mexico. With it, a trough of cold air, which is creating some massive pressure gradients and some extreme weather in the U.S. So we'll get to that in a moment. First thing we're going to do is take a look at the jet streams. And there you can see the jet stream dipping way down, and then a convergence happening here over central Mexico. So let's zoom out here for the full global view. There are the jet streams of the Western world. A huge divergence over the North Atlantic. Here are the surface winds, and we've got some unfortunate surface winds happening around the Gulf Coast. So a huge convergence of weather patterns there. We'll get to that in a little bit more in depth briefly. First, the surface winds of the eastern world. There's your global surface wind weather pattern situation. Still got a low here off the northwest coast of Australia. Shout out to our viewers from Munda and from Ova, the equator. So we've got some backward jet stream here over the central Indian Ocean and parts of Oceania, and some S-shaped bends west of Australia. So we brought up this forecast model here, and this is going to show you the likely storm track over the next 3 days. And we slowed that down a little bit because it's mainly the next about 24 hours. That'll be the most accurate forecasting here. So some snow falling in Missouri, but south of that, some extreme weather. And already many reports of tornadoes coming in. Make sure you follow us on Twitch. Here's the sped up version. This is still the 72-hour GFS precipitation and pressure forecast. Just zoomed out for the whole country. And you'll see the rest of the track of that system there. It's going to bring some wintry mix to northern New England, some additional snow to the central part of the U.S., and some to Michigan and Wisconsin, it looks like. Yowzers. So here's the weather.gov map. Let me just press refresh on that and make sure it's the freshest. And we've got some significant severe thunderstorm warnings there and tornado watches over a large portion of Louisiana. That system will be moving into Alabama, Tennessee, and so on. It'll be a pretty consistent storm track. We'll get to that in a moment. And check out the lightning. One of the craziest lightning we've ever seen. The NASA GOES lightning mapper. Killing it today. One of the densest banks of lightning that we've ever covered on the channel. Just spectacular. Giving you good insight into where the strongest storms are located. It looks like northern Louisiana is getting trained here with repeated severe thunderstorms. Incredible lightning strikes there. And let's check the real-time lightning map here to see where the teeth of the storm are currently located. This system is expected to move a little bit to the east after it gets to around the Tennessee area. It's expected to make a bit of a turn from a northeasterly path to more of an easterly path, but there is the current situation. Quite a few significant lightning cells there, especially around central and northern Louisiana. It's bonkers. So here's the current satellite environment. Just give that a minute to initialize here. This video was originally streamed live. Some very tall cloud tops undoubtedly associated with these systems. Remember, folks, the most dangerous place to be is the northwest corner of a supercell when you're in the northern hemisphere. Northwest corner, the most likely place to see a thing like a tornado, as massive pressure gradients are affecting things. And we'll bring up the pressure map here so you can actually see that pressure gradient. You can see a bunch of cold air being driven down here toward Dallas. giving an impulse and creating the conditions for what we currently see going on. Powerful low there around the Missouri-Kansas border. Thanks to our BitChute subscribers. For our YouTube subscribers, you notice that we get nearly 2,000 views per day on BitChute. 1664, 1544, 2238, and we get like 60 views per day on YouTube. Oh, yeah. Those algorithms, they're doing a fine job over there. Thanks, Google. You're doing a fine job, Google. YouTube.com/SmashAmash. Press like and subscribe. And check it out. We've got some stuff to share here. If you don't follow us on Twitter, you might not see exclusive content to Twitter. We're also on Facebook. Tell your friends and foes about us on social media. Let me check the life of the stream here before I continue on. And everything looks A-OK for the Smash News Network to continue. So yeah, we're on Facebook. We're all over social media. Shout out to Smash staff for sharing. Shout out to our latest follower over on Twitch, twitch.tv/SmashAmash. It's where most of our live streaming content comes from because the platform is simply so good. Let's take a look at what's going on over the Pacific Ocean. It's where the weather for the Americas comes from, folks. The Pacific Ocean, the world's largest body of water and largest surface heat sink. Water has a very high latency of heat. That's why we use it for things like heaters and boilers. Actually, it's boilers because of the energetic properties of steam. But anyway, I digress. There's a great view of the situation to the west of the U.S., Central America. It's the North Pacific. Next, your weather.gov map and lots of moisture over the U.S. here. Doppler radar measures vertical motion of water droplets in the air column. It's about as simple as that, folks. There's the full 50-state view. Shout out to our viewers not from the lower 48. Shout out to our viewers from the lower 48 and from all around the world. Who knew we'd make so many friends? Of course, I was involved in the world of gaming long before making any sort of serious moves in YouTube. Let's continue on here to look at the shortwave radiation map. It'll give you an idea of where those clouds are located, and I think it's pretty evident by now. Also the water vapor map. And you can see this impulse here to the northeast. Again, we are expecting this to make a little bit of a turn here to the east, as this cold air is going to sort of start giving it an additional push there, it looks like, as it's filling up this air right here. Remember, folks, cold air is more massive than hot air. That's why a hot air balloon floats. So here is the U.S. Doppler radar map once again for the lower 48. Ah, yes. Houston, it looks like you're in the clear. Here is the shortwave radiation map, 3.9 nanometer infrared radiation, showing clouds and fog when half the country's too dark to use the visible. And there is the water vapor map. You can see that huge bend in the jet stream, largely responsible for that. Thanks for tuning in. Congratulations on realizing the channel exists. May that solar wind be at your back. I've been your host, Dan, a.k.a. Smash-A-Mash, signing off from the Smash News Network, least busted name in news.